Hello, lovely people. Thank you once again for stopping by.
On this channel, we talk about everything that has to do with living, working, and studying in Cambridge. Having done all these ourselves.
So, today we are talking about 8 reasons why you should consider living in Cambridge. But first of all, I want to tell you about Cambridge.
A new place, a new home, for a while, let me feel alive. Nothing to hold me back, take my time, just enjoy the ride. A new man passing by.
So, Cambridge is a very medium-sized city of a population of about 145,000. It is located in the east of England. It is about 45 minutes, probably 1 hour distance by train from London, so it's very accessible. I mean, the city is one of the fastest growing in the region. Bedford were among the fastest growing city in England, both of them recording an increase of about 17.6%. So it's very diverse to some extent. It's about 66% white population. You've got Black Africans making up about 3.2%. You have Asians about 1.2%, and other ethnicities. So I moved to Cambridge first of all as a graduate student, and since then I have come to love the city as I have evolved and as I've experienced the different dimensions of the city and what the city has got to offer. So the first I want to talk about is obviously Cambridge as a world-renowned university. Now, oftentimes people associate the university with a town, and that is rightly so, because I mean, when you come to Cambridge, you don't actually know where the university starts and where it finishes. So the town and the gown, as is popularly known, it's something that is very attractive. But we're not just University of Cambridge and its world-renowned achievement, but then also we also have Anglia Ruskin University, which has campus in Cambridge, Peterborough, and even in Chelmsford. And these universities attract diverse students, international community, makes the city very quality education, not just at the university level, but then also thinking about even in terms of high school, colleges, sixth form colleges, secondary schools. Cambridge has got one of the well-rated secondary schools in the UK. So we've got sixth form, Hillswood Sixth Form College, we've got St. Mary's, we've got Stephen Peirce, a number of very good colleges, secondary schools that I think that if you're a parent and you get your children to these schools, you really will be getting value for money. Aside that, a number of primary school nurseries are dotted all over the city.
So many of the schools here are either outstanding or rated good by Ofsted. And this is very important. I will put in the description box and also on the screen the statistics for you to have a look for yourself. So that's also a very brilliant reason why you should consider relocating to Cambridge.
The second point I want to talk about is employment prospects. Obviously, everybody thinks about jobs. Can I find a job if I move to a city?
And to add to the point, Cambridge City, because of all the brilliant people who live, work, and study here, also has attracted multinational, multi-million dollar companies, organizations, including technology organizations who are here. We know of the very AstraZeneca, which worked in collaboration or partnership with Oxford University to produce a very important vaccine, which we all relied on during the COVID-19 pandemic.
But I just want to tell you that Cambridge is a major contributor to the UK's economy from job perspective. In terms of gross value addition, Cambridge contributes significantly, comes very close to London, another economically prosperous area. But that is just on an aggregate level. But if you just look down within the city, what kinds of job can you find? The university itself is a major employer of people within the university. I'm talking about both the University of Cambridge and Anglia Ruskin. They employ significant numbers. I don't have the statistics off my head to quote. But then, if you want to work, for example, as an academic, you want to work as an administrator, you want to work as a supporting staff within these universities, there are job opportunities. I mean, there are several job portals where you can find this. But then, the city itself also boasts of the fact that it attracts one of the many startup companies in this country in different sectors. For example, in the IT sector, there are a number of global companies that were founded right here in Cambridge, and they employ a lot of graduates. So, for example, the ARM, which is one of the prominent tech companies in Cambridge, has been here. It's a major employer of people in the city. We also have tech companies like Apple, has got some premises on the Station Road. You used to have Microsoft. Then you could also find jobs in other sectors that do not require so much technical skills or professional skills. So if you want to find job in retail, you want to find job in tourism, you want to find job in hospitality, I mean, we've got a number of opportunities for you to find a job and then live a decent life.
And some people have argued that, well, Cambridge is expensive to stay here. And I would say yes, it's relatively expensive, but the university and organizations are also doing their best to help the situation. In fact, I think there are so many organizations here that offer a Cambridge living wage.
Which means that it gives you a little premium above the minimum wage. Why? Because employers recognize that this is an expensive city. Why? Because it attracts the very best of companies, it attracts the very best of talent, and therefore there is that premium that Cambridge attracts. And employers have recognized this, and therefore they give some living wage premium to be able to compensate for that.
And also linked to that, people have said that they've worried about safety in Cambridge, but actually Cambridge is one of the safest city in England, I would say, or perhaps in the UK. I have to put the statistics up for you to see for yourself, but I know that it's probably about 10% of crimes that I hear about. That is like 99 out of every 1,000 people. So you can see that it's quite low. And when we talk about crime, what are we talking about? Most of the time is bicycle thefts. Yes, bicycle thefts is really, really, like I said, the popular crime here in Cambridge. Like your bike can be stolen quite quickly, so you have to be like very aware. There are so many bicycle or cycle racks. You have to be aware of where you park it and make sure you have about 2 or 3 locks if you can. So that one, and probably minor aggression, but generally people say that Cambridge is very safe and people feel very peaceful or happy within this city.
You can't be bored in Cambridge. Think about the museums, the Fitzwilliam Museum, the Museum of Archaeology. Think about the 31 colleges in Cambridge. You can, visit there as a guest. You can be given a tour, hear about the histories, the inventors, the innovators, the Nobel laureates who have studied in these colleges. You can go on punting on the River Cam. It's a very interesting experience where you can either be chauffeur driven or you can punt yourself. You can do short walks to Grantchester. There are a lot of places. So for example, we have the Cambridge African Network Society here. We've got different society that represent different geographies, and these societies organize annual events, Christmas parties. I belong to the Cambridge Ghanaian Society, and every year as a community we meet and then we have fellowship, we dance, we eat, and I'm sure other people from other regions also have similar events that bring people together. And I'm not just saying that these are just in isolation, so that if you are, for example, from Africa, you only attend African events, but then you also get to experience other cultures as you work in environment with different people. Your children attend school with children from different people. They learn a lot of things. My daughter comes home one time, she's speaking Spanish. Why? Because she's found a friend in school who speaks Spanish.
And it's just about like a scrape of the surface when it comes to the things that you can do here. And it's not surprising that on a very beautiful day, even on days when it's raining, the city center is often packed with tourists who have come to visit Cambridge Cambridge for the day. There's so many videos of walking tours of Cambridge on YouTube, which I'm sure you've probably come across. So yeah, that's also one of the wonderful reasons, and I think that closely links to, let's say, a healthier you, for lack of a better way of expressing it. Cambridge, the way it's designed, the city itself really encourages people to be healthy, I would say, because like you can't even be in Cambridge for the long while without learning how to cycle. And cycling, if you know, it's also a very healthy way of staying fit. It keeps you active, and that's also very, very good, right? And people wonder, what about families? And I'm like, yeah, you can find bikes that have two-seaters, tag-alongs, all that's like to cater for all the needs of the family. Whether you've got 2 children, 3 children, you find a bike to suit your need. And the university itself has a cycle to work scheme, and lots of companies actually do that as well. So that's really good. And apart from that, you can walk if you want to, and we even have park and ride services where you can park your car and hop onto any bike, any bus, I beg your pardon, that's going to the city center. Although I must say, disclaimer, the buses can sometimes be a bit slow, but oh well, it's like a love and hate relationship with our buses, but it's fine. Yeah, so that's also one of the reasons why you should consider coming to live in Cambridge.
The international food we can actually enjoy in Cambridge. I mean, it's amazing. If you go to Mill Road has earned the name of it being like the hotspot of almost every international food you want to find. So you go there, you have Turkish, you have Greek, you have Indian, you have African. I mean, literally, it's a melting pot of different cultures, and you won't feel home. You won't feel like you are missing anything, because you can literally get every ingredient you are looking for when you go to these places. I mean, there is one closer to Aldi, which is Ichboro, and they sell almost everything. I mean, I love my Ghanaian jollof. I like my Ghanaian shito. You won't believe it, I can even get acheke. I mean, acheke, which is an Ivorian dish made of cassava dough. I mean, the fact that I can find these things, and even ripe plantain, it's so relieving.
Like, there are so many weeks that Richmond and I will probably not eat any other meal than Ghanaian meals, because there are stores here that we can get all the ingredients that we need. In fact, the other day Richmond discovered that Tesco's even sells shito, so you can imagine. That is like, even Cambridge is so multicultural and caters to the needs of people all over, such that even Tesco Superstores has our food. Like our shito is a very staple meal sauce that we use in our meals, so that's also good. Sainsbury has something that looks like jollof. They sell packets of food like biryani. What are those meals? So many of them. You find it, so you don't have to worry at all.
In all, I would say that Cambridge is indeed a very beautiful city. It's a city that I feel rewards hard work. It's a city that encourages innovation. It's a city which is safe. It's a city that promotes healthy lifestyle, and it's a city that fosters multiculturalism. And of course, it's a city that you can make your dreams happen.
So why don't you consider coming to live here in Cambridge, relocate to Cambridge, get a job here, or come to school, uni, whatever. It's a very beautiful place. So yeah, if you're considering that decision, then I wish you all the very best.
So, thank you very much. We'll put relevant links to some of the things we talked about in terms of school, statistics about crime, and other relevant things that you'd find out about Cambridge. So thank you. If this is the first time of watching our channel, we'd encourage you to like this video
and consider, please subscribe to our channel, because it will really help us help our channel to grow.
Who knows, you might bump into me one day in Cambridge. Thank you, and have a wonderful day.